Hi, my name's Carter Hagan with Peterson Plumbing, here with you for a new episode of Drain Talk, where we talk to you about your drains, how to keep them running smoothly, flowing freely, and how to maintain them. On today's episode, we're talking about flushable wipes. What are they? How do they work? And do they work? So for today's episode, I've got 6 different flushable wipes in front of me. I've got our baseline toilet paper, so we can compare how it compares to toilet paper, if it breaks up or if it doesn't break up. And on the far extreme, I've got Huggies baby wipes. Stole these from my daughter, so don't tell her. But baby wipes themselves aren't meant to be flushed, so we'll see how that compares. For this comparison test, what we're going to do is we're going to take each individual wipe, as well as the toilet paper, put it in a jar of water. Then we're going to simulate it going through your plumbing system. I'm going to shake it about 15 times, simulating it going through your twists and turns in your plumbing system. Then we're going to dump it out. I'm going to see what the wipe looks like. Did it break up? Did it dissolve? Or is it still intact? We're going to learn that together. First, we'll start with toilet paper. I'm going to rip off a wipe-sized amount. Looks good. Put it inside the jar. Close the lid. Up next, we've got Wipe That Tush by Mighty Good. It's ripping apart on me already. So it rips fairly easily. That was just my finger going through it. But we'll put that in the water as well. Up next, we've got Dude Wipes. This is their fragrance-free version. Of course, I can't just get one. And it ripped a little bit coming out, but seems pretty good. Put that in the jar. Up next, we have Cottonelle Fresh Care. This one actually has a symbol on the front that says it's plumber approved. There we go. That one didn't rip coming out. Okay, looks like this. Up next, we have Equate Flushable Wipes. This is Walmart's house brand. Up next, we have Good Wipes. Better than bad wipes. Okay. And lastly, for the flushable wipes, you got Charmin wipes. Now for our final control, I've got baby wipes. It says specifically on the package, do not flush. So, with all assumptions, I assume this is not going to break up after our test. So now that they're all in water, I'm going to go through each one and shake it about 15 times.
With the Shake Weight. Shake Weight is the flab-busting breakthrough that trims your arms and shapes your shoulders at the same time.
Okay, that's all of the wipes and our controls shaken up as if it had gone down our plumbing system. What we're going to do next is open each jar, inspect it, dump it into a cup or a bowl so that way we can see kind of how the wipe or how our toilet paper performed. And that way we can kind of understand what it does in your plumbing system. Okay, now we're going to give it a test. I've got a cup here. We're going to go through each individual jar and test how the wipes did. We're going to start down here with our control, which was the toilet paper. This is our toilet paper here in the office. I don't have a brand name. It's thinner. It's not one ply or sandpaper, but it is thinner than like a Cottonelle or something like that. Looking at the jar, it is completely broken up. I don't see much for solid pieces. We're going to take it and dump it into the cup here. And looking at it, I would say there's no pieces that I can even pick up. I would say it's pretty well dissolved into the water. Next, I've got Wipe That Tush. Looking at the jar, the wipe looks very well intact. I can see a little bit of it disintegrating, but for the most part, it looks like a wipe. Let's see what it looks like when we dump it out. And this one I can actually take. It did not disintegrate. This is the first one that I kind of ripped with my finger, and you can kind of see that rip there. But other than that, it's still a wipe. It hasn't disintegrated at all. So this was Wipe That Tush. I didn't splash that time. All right, up next we have Dude Wipes. Be honest with you, this one actually looks a lot closer to what the toilet paper did. It looks like it's broken up more than the first one, but let's see what it looks like when we dump it out. So it has broken up more, but it almost feels like if you had a little bit of cotton ball and soaked it in water. It's kind of what it feels like. It's not disintegrated, it's still existing. So that was Dude Wipes. Dude Wipes performed better than Wipe That Tush. Now we're going to move on to Cottonelle. Looking in the jar, it looks pretty well intact. Kind of like the first one here. This is the one that says plumber approved, so let's hope. It kind of just fell out in one big plop. Yeah. Let's see if I can open it up. I will say it does tear easy, but by no means did it break apart and dissolve. It is still a wipe. Up next, we have the Equate version of flushable wipes. Looking into the jar, this one is more disintegrated than the Cottonelle, but I can still kind of see a mass of, looks like wipe there. So let's see what it looks like. So by no means am I able to open this up and expose the wipe, but kind of like the Dude Wipes, it feels like a cotton ball soaked in water. It's not disintegrated. It's not, I mean, it's still very much fibrous and intact with itself. It's just not a wipe anymore. Okay, so that was Equate. Up next, we have Good Wipes. This one, kind of like the Cottonelle and the Wipe That Tush, it looks like a wipe. It doesn't look like it broke up much at all. And I think I can pull out the whole wipe. Let's see if I can unfold it. Not so good for the Good Wipes. That's not breaking up or dissolving at all. In fact, you could almost use it a second time. And finally, for the flushable wipes, we have Charmin's flushable wipes. This one does look like it broke up a little bit. I can see some fibrous material in the bottom, but it looks like a majority of the wipe is still kind of stuck together on the top. I don't think I could open this up like it was originally. You could see some of it actually had broken apart, but again, oh look, I can open some of it. Again, it feels like a wet cotton ball. Not dissolved, pulls apart, but it isn't broken apart. And that was Charmin's flushable wipes. And finally, for our last control, we have baby wipes. Baby wipes are not meant to be flushed. It looks like a fully intact wipe. Let's see it. And in fact, it is still a fully intact wipe. So baby wipes that are not flushable should not be flushed because it does not break up at all. So after doing all this, what did we learn? Flushable wipes do break up more than baby wipes. I do agree that they break up more than baby wipes. However, they don't break up as well as toilet paper does. Plumbing systems are mainly designed to use toilet paper. Flushable wipes have been kind of a newer thing, and older plumbing systems aren't meant to handle it. If you've got a home that's older than, let's say, the 2000s, more than likely you have a cast iron sewer under your floor. Cast iron over time rusts on the inside of the pipe, creating little bumps and divots and areas for debris to snag. All of these wipes, I would not suggest being used in a cast iron system. Even the Dude Wipes, the Equate, and the Charmin, they broke up. However, they're still kind of like a cotton ball. There's still fibrous material. They would still catch on the inside of that cast iron sewer. My fear is that if you were to use these on an older cast iron sewer, it would get caught almost like Velcro. As the water goes down in your plumbing system, that wipe will get caught as it flows through and it'll stay there. If you use more water, it might flush away, but over time, it'll sit there and get caught and catch more and more and more stuff. And if you have a system that's already got some issues, you've got roots, you've got areas outside of your home where the pipe is a little misaligned, or you've just had issue with backfall in your piping system, I would suggest you do not use flushable wipes. If you have a newer home with PVC piping, PVC on the inside is much smoother. I still wouldn't suggest using flushable wipes, but there's a high chance that you wouldn't have the same issues that an older home would have. At the end of the day, it's your piping system. You do whatever you'd like to. My goal is to hopefully inform you and help you save some money in the future. If you use flushable wipes, you might have no problem. But there is a high likelihood that you might have a problem and you might have to call us. So, at the end of the day, you do what you'd like to do. But from a plumber, don't use flushable wipes. Thank you.